So when I was playing football, I was playing college at the University of Memphis. I remember we had spring football. I walked away from the team. I didn't like that my coach was putting other players over me. I thought it was favoritism. I went in his office. I said, "Coach, I don't want to be here no more. You got favorites. I just think that I deserve better." He told me, he said, "Man, you can stay. We really like you." But I like, "Nah, coach." I was stubborn. I said, "I don't care. I'm gone." I left the team. And I knew I had to get a job. I had to somewhere to pay for school because I wasn't on the team no more. I had to pay for school. Had to figure out what I was gonna do. So I started working at FedEx. When I was working at FedEx, it was a pretty hard job. I hated it. Working every night, I worked the night shift, lifting boxes. And that job was so hard, bro, it was a struggle. And I was just like, man, I was playing football, now I'm working at FedEx. And I'll never forget, one of my homeboys that I was cool with, he came back into my life and he was like, "Man, look, I sell dope." He said, "Sell this dope with me. You can make more money. You gonna get some fast money, bro. You working at FedEx, start working there." So I started working at FedEx and I started selling dope. I forgot who I was. I forgot my purpose in life. I was like, man, I can just pick up this and make some little fast money. So I started selling dope with them. And I'll never forget, I started selling dope. We started making a little bit of money. And I had another friend come back into my life who was in the streets. He said, "Bro, let's start robbing people." He said, "I know you a cool guy, you a football guy. Don't rob. You ain't gotta rob. You just say, I'm gonna use you to set people up and I'm gonna come in with a gun and I'm gonna rob people." And I was like, man, if we can make some money, if it can be an opportunity for us, whatever, man, I was just like, okay, I'll go with it. And that wasn't even who I was. But because I was just going through some adversity, I let that get to me. I let it break me. I said, I'd do anything for a quick buck and a quick dime. So I started kind of doing that with my friend. I'd never forget the day. It was one day, man, he used me as a setup guy. He robbed somebody at gunpoint. He hit him in the head with a pistol, sent the guy to the hospital. And we found out a week later. And I remember after that moment, man, I got home. We was all in a room. They was counting the money, counting the dope they stole from the dude. And I remember sitting there watching him with a gun. I'm in the room with a gun, loaded gun. I'm in the room with dope. And I said to myself, I said, "God, what am I doing?" I said, "God, this is not who I am." I said, God, I'd do anything to get out this situation. I said, "God, just give me something just to get me out this situation." The only thing that I knew that would get me out that situation was playing football. I said, "God, I need to get away from this." And I'll never forget how good God was, man. The very next day, I went up to Germantown High School so that I could train some of the younger players, as I was still working with the kids, still staying in shape, still training. And I'll never forget, a coach from Southeast Missouri walked in there and gave me a scholarship that day. And I said, "God, what you doing in my life?" And I knew that the adversity that he put me through, the struggle that he put me through, he had a greater plan. He had a greater purpose for me. So I knew that struggle, it was making me stronger.